What's happening here? Okay. We're gonna try this again, and we're gonna hope it works this time. Okay. View request. You can get Trevor in. Okay. All right. I hope this works this time. This is these technical difficulties are not fun. Okay. Okay. Says that rats left. I don't understand what happened. This is interesting. I'm feeling yes. I also love MCR. I also really want to talk about Idlewild tonight for the rats thing. I'm not seeing. I don't know what's happening. Shannon, why did you leave? It kicked you out. That's weird. Okay. Yes, that's a great question. What is the last MCR song everyone listened to? I listened to unsurprisingly Foundations of Decay last. It's pretty much like a 5 out of. Oh, we got a Trevor. Okay.
Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, we're doing it. Hell yeah, brother.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay. Now we just need Shannon on Shannon's thing. I wonder if you got kicked out. Okay, let me try inviting Shannon. Okay. Okay. I trapped in my phone too. Wait, okay, is that you saying you're trapped in the Who's on rats right now?
Shannon.
Okay. Are you on your
I don't even want to tell you what I had to do to get to where I am right now.
I don't okay. Let me try Shannon again.
We're so this is great. The only hiccup is I'm on an ear pod. It's at 5%. So when it dies, the other one's charging. I'm gonna swap them out. It's gonna be we'll turn it into a points game or something.
Okay. This that works. So wait, so are you on rats or are you on um
I'm on me, I
you're
think.
on you. Okay.
Yeah.
So Shannon is trapped. Um invite to join. Okay.
I believe in us so much right now.
Is there like a thing where you can only have two people? But we
No,
had you on there for
yeah, the feature was implemented 30 seconds ago. Sorry.
okay. It's
It
not
says I'm on rats now. Oh, okay.
you're on rats now.
Yeah, oh, I am on rats. Okay,
Wait, so both you and Shannon are on rats?
maybe Shannon, can you join from your account?
Yeah, Shannon, go to your account.
We played musical chairs with our accounts.
Shannon, go back to your account.
You don't understand. I'm actually so excited to talk about this band.
I know, because I have stuff to say.
I know this is gonna be great. When Shannon gets in here, and then
Yes.
everyone's like, haha, wow, that was a really well orchestrated and rehearsed comedic skit that you guys did for
It
46 minutes.
I will be honest, this bit went on a little too long. We probably should cut it down.
That's what the critics said too, but I believe in our artistic vision.
Yes. Oh, my this I'm assuming this is the drag jacket. This is the like scarf thing from the South America shows. I got it in
Whoa.
Mexico. Sorry, somebody commented on that. the chat. But so okay, just watching for Shannon, and
Shannon
then
is watching the live.
okay.
Everybody, Shannon has just entered the live. He's attempting to join.
Okay, I've invited. Please let this work. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We did it!
Yes, it only took us 50 minutes, but it worked. I'm
Let's
so
go.
happy. Okay.
Ah, you know what?
Yay!
That like dopamine hit
Holy,
of 5 hour work, it
holy
was kind of worth it.
shit.
That was so much worse than it had any right to
Trevor,
be.
Trevor, how are you on Rats while I was on Rats? I was literally in the comments.
Shannon, I couldn't even begin to explain what just happened.
So wait, are you really are you in Rats right now?
I'm Rats now. Yeah, I don't know how that even happened.
How could I have been able to log in? Because I did.
One day
Well,
when I finally catch Mark Zuckerberg, I'll ask him right before
you
don't.
fist
So
bump.
Idlewild. Yeah, right before I jujitsu wrestle him because he's super into that apparently.
Apparently. Slowing down as we
That's
said in the earlier live.
Anyways.
Okay, should we talk about Idlewild?
Yes. Okay.
oh my god, let's okay.
I prepared like a radio intro. Do you guys mind if I just like try that for a
Yeah,
second?
go
Do
for
you
it.
guys mind if
Please do.
White Boy tries a little radio intro?
Yes.
Hang
Hey,
on.
princess.
I can't even remember what it was. 1 second. Welcome to Chewing on It, the popular program where we review music.
Chew it over.
You're the soundboard, yeah. Chew it over. Presented to you by 3 rats in a trench coat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're just starting now. Couple
Chewing on
minutes
it.
in. Perfect technical execution. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Wait, I wanna know who's the legs in the trench coat.
Probably me. It would probably have to be me. Although you're a runner, so maybe you, Lisa.
I have some legs.
Yeah.
They're pretty thick.
Plus, the question is, what kind of brand of unhinged do we want the head to be saying? Because like Shannon and I are both unhinged, but kind of different brands.
Listen, you can be the head and I'm the arms. I'm the hands.
Oh, right.
Excellent. I'm glad we settled that. That was the
That's
first
gonna
matter
be
on the agenda.
a unknown joke to everyone for a little while at least, because we haven't published that hand thing yet. Anyways,
Oh my god, that's right. We never published our like intro, and then we had 2 videos with us
That's
talking.
True. We have content waiting in the wings. And for anyone who came to listen, you get a special treat, which is that Shannon's super into gloving and she hasn't gone public with that. So you're the first to know.
You're the first 19 to hear about it. 18.
Yeah. Oh, somebody left because of that.
That's real controversial in the gloving. Like doing a face reveal is kind of like a no-no. I lost 14 cents in viewership just now.
Wow, my follower count is plummeting after mentioning gloving one.
Okay.
So Idlewild is a Scottish indie rock band. They were formed in Edinburgh in 1995. Commonly cited musical comparisons include REM, The Twilight Sad, and Frightened Rabbit. And we listened to, I think, is it 10?
10.
We listened to 10 songs. So for those of people that are just tuning in after being very patient for 50 minutes and have no real idea what's going on, every week we are getting together to hold a musical book club. We're holding court. It's essentially a musical book club where we are reviewing all the opening bands coming up on the next MyChem tour. And we were trying to kind of go in order. And every week we are reviewing the band, picking 10 generally of some of their best or most popular songs, and just talking it over. Last week was our very first week. So if you're just coming in, you haven't missed very much. It was Echo and the Bunnymen. Today we are covering Idlewild. So who kind of wants to get started with their general, I guess, overall thoughts before we break down song by song
Yeah, mine's short and sweet, so I'll go first. I said
Yeah.
Idlewild. I effing love Scottish bands. I wrote this like this morning, so I was a different person then. So sorry if anything.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not gonna do a Scottish
we're a
accent again.
million
I
different people
promise.
from one day to the next. So sorry.
That's
All
cute.
right, that was mine. I love Scottish bands though. I
Hey, Rich! Rich is joined. Hey, Rich, what's up?
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Okay. So yes, you love Scottish bands.
Yeah, Frightened
Yeah.
Rabbit was one of my favorite bands as a teenager, and Scott Hutchinson, who tragically passed in 2018, was very good friends with the lead singer of Idlewild. So I find they have a lot of sonic similarities, and so I loved listening to this band. It was really awesome and nostalgic for me.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Ari.
Uh,
Uh,
Shannon, do you want to go next, or you want me to?
I'll go first. Yeah, so I
Okay.
actually this band was new to me. I have never heard anything from them. I made a joke to you last week that when I think Idlewild, I think water park because there is not water parks, but the place with the slides.
Yep.
Because there is our area water park is called Idlewild. But my general thoughts, I did, kind of very much like last week. This band also gave me like Smithy vibes. And overall, I really liked them. I feel like they were similar in a lot of ways upon just kind of my superficial first couple of listens to each. Before kind of going too much into it, I think I like them marginally more than Echo and the Bunnymen, but they kind of fit in the same vein for me. It makes sense that these bands are kind of the ones so far opening and setting the scene. They're picking bands that are kind of generally regional of the same 80s and 90s era, so I'm curious if we're going to see continuation of theme in the next few weeks. I haven't looked ahead to see what's happening next week, so we'll see where that goes. But I really did like this week listening to them.
Devastating news for Echo and the Bunnyman, though. But
I
uh,
like them. If anyone that was here, I liked them more than Lisa liked them last week.
Yeah, I was gonna
oh,
say, sorry. My biggest apologies to Echo and the Moneymen. I was not a huge fan. I thought they were just okay. But I actually really liked Idlewild. I associate the name Idlewild with the small kind of like mountainy, foresty town that a lot of people go camping in Southern California. So that is uh, what I associate their name with, but also spelled very differently. Side
mm,
note. But like I said, I really, really enjoyed Idlewild. I think one of the things that I liked the most that I didn't like about Echo and the Bunnymen last year was they had a little bit more variation in their sound. Like Echo was very like kind of very similar, and maybe it was just the songs that I chose, but it was like a very similar sound kind of all through all 10. This one, it kind of just went in a bunch of like different places. Um, and I'll definitely be listening to them again. And I'm actually really excited to see them live. I'm really excited for the Glasgow show. So, um,
awesome.
yeah, I really, really liked them. So,
Song number one.
song number one, Modern Way of Letting Go.
I like this one a lot. I thought it gave like big Rise Against vibes, fast driving, heavy guitars, good breakup song. I like you'll see as I go through the songs, I detected a very strong like theme through it all, and I
Mhm.
thought it was like a breakup song from their perspective. What that theme is, you'll have to stick around to find out. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Nice. I thought it was a really strong opener for them. Interestingly enough, I also thought it had like very much like early 2000s sort of alternative vibes. I put Red Jumpsuit Apparatus was the one that I
Oh,
thought they kind of
nice.
sounded like.
Yeah,
But I thought it was very much my vibe, very much something I will listen to again, put it on a playlist, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. Shannon?
very nice, very nice.
I didn't numerically rank or rate these songs, so
Not
I
in
just
any
sort of
way.
wrote bullet point. What?
In like not in any way or manner. There was no rating at all.
I just wrote bullet
Oh,
points under each track with kind of just my thoughts.
Sure.
I didn't rate by mouthfeel. That was my favorite part of last week.
That was a good one.
mouthfeel. What are you talking? Why would anyone rate a song by mouthfeel?
I just want to
I don't
know
know.
what mouthfeel is Glorby, to be honest.
What are you guys
That was my
even
favorite
talking
part.
about right now? Glorby
I
mouthfeel?
Glorby
Are those
mouthfeels.
real? Are those real words? What kind of
There
madman?
were words that I certainly didn't write. That's for sure.
I'm seeing
And
the
I come
liar
from
come out. We're seeing the liar, the Trevor lies come out.
Well,
listen. Lisa last week was like, "What do you mean?
I was like,
Trevor's so
Trevor
sweet.
never
He's never
lies.
lied to me." And I'm like, He's
Or maybe
reserved
you
it for
just
his
don't know
closest
how many
friends.
times you've lied to me.
Just fun little gesture lies. Like rating, like say hypothetically, I didn't do this, but someone rates a bunch of songs on Mouthfield and then never explains it and then pretends like they don't know
Yeah,
what you're talking about. That would be like, I think that'd be funny, personally.
that'd be a really
That's just
funny
my
bit.
opinion. Yeah, it'd be, but
Yeah.
anyways, we're serious business here,
So,
so maybe let's get back
Serious
to it.
business.
Yeah.
so a Modern Way of Letting Go was actually of all the tracks, it was my favorite. It was I've been kind of that's been my earworm all week. I've been like humming like the hook all week long. I really like the tempo of
Mhm.
this one, and I just generally like we talked about this, Lisa. I like a high energy guitar driven song. I'll take that over a ballad. Like some of the songs that are later on this list that are kind of more ballady, slower paced, are kind of like I'll kind of take it or leave it. But this one had a great hook, and it had great kind of energy and really and nice kind of guitars, especially in the opening. And if I was going to rate, it'd probably be like a nine or a 10, kind of at least relative to the other
Wow.
tracks. But I'm not going to
Does
do
that
that.
call for a hell yeah, brother, or should I leave these glasses on the table for a second? I don't want to.
It calls for a yeah. That's what it calls.
Okay, I don't have any gimmicks for that one, but I liked it.
Well, all right.
All
Anyway,
right.
so yeah, so I really like that one a lot. That was cool, the favorite one, and then it all goes downhill from here.
Okay. Do you want to give us the next one? Love's. What did I write?
Oh
Oh my
yes,
god. Love steals us.
the next Love Steals Us from Loneliness.
Thank you.
This one really stuck with me with more listens. I think the first listen or two of it was just sort of like I'm kind of neither here nor there on it. But then I found that every time I would play it again, I'd look forward to hearing it again. I would look forward to like I really like the chorus. Like I feel like that one also kind of like I would find myself humming it throughout the week.
Mhm.
So this is another one that I don't have anything like really analytical to say about this one. I just sort of liked it the more I listened to it.
Yeah.
And I would find myself humming it like at work. And I'm
Oh
like, what
yeah.
am I humming? And I'm like, oh, one of those Idlewild songs.
You ever heard of them?
Ever heard of it?
I
They're
really
a
like
small
this
band. You
song.
probably haven't heard of them.
Yeah, you probably never heard of them. I like music. I don't know if you ever heard of it. I
Trevor,
really
what did you
liked
think?
I really liked Love Steals Us from Loneliness. This is what I wrote this morning when I was in a very different place. I said the thing I love
When you were
about
a different
Scott.
person.
Yeah, I'm every hour. I don't know. It's part of.
Who is she?
I said, this is the thing I love about Scottish indie rock is that every song can be a sad occasion if you want it to be. There's a grinding stubbornness to the tempo of the song that forces you to slow down, but keeps you moving forward. Who was I this morning? Where did this even
Okay. Who
come
do
from?
you think
Look,
you are?
Trevor,
I was like,
Trevor,
I'm a music
can
critic
you
now.
can you be worse, please? Can you just like be a worse person so that I feel better about myself?
No, okay. The last sentence is incredibly pretentious. You're gonna hate me after it. I said it
Stop
puts you.
gassing him up. He'll keep going. Stop encouraging him. He
I
won't
said
stop. He'll never stop.
I said, listen to this. Listen to how pretentious I am. I said it puts you in a it puts you in a begrudging state of mind.
Fuck you. That's so annoying.
I loved it. I loved it. And these are the lyrics that I loved. It said, "You say something stupid like love steals us from loneliness." So they're like ditching their own title, right? They're like, "Oh, it's something stupid someone said to them." I was like, "What? That's so unexpected." And then it's "Happy birthday, are you lonely yet?" For me, this was a hell yeah, brother. I love that song.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
What? Okay, but why do you have
I almost wrote down that lyric exactly. Almost wrote down the lyric exactly, but I just wrote, I like the chorus. That's what I wrote in
Same
my bullet
thing.
point. So it's
Yeah,
kind
same
of like
thing.
the same thing. I'm just an edited version of you.
Yeah. It puts you in a begrudging state of mind. I like the chorus. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, Lisa, what did you think?
Yeah, so I've got it gives REM, and I like that they have variations in their sounds, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I liked this one. Like I said, I actually really liked a lot of their music. I think I liked this one a little less than the first one, but I feel like it's maybe one that the more I listen to, the more it'll grow on me. Um, and I don't mean gives REM as an insult because I grew up listening to it and I like REM. So
I mean, that's listed. That's
it's a
one of
compliment.
the cited musical comparisons, REM is like first on the list, so you're on the right track.
And I was like, I was very proud of my musical knowledge at that point. Yeah.
All right, you want to pick us up with these wooden ideas?
Yeah, I could do that.
We're kind of creating like a pattern here, I see. Like,
yeah, whether or not we meant to, this is what we're doing.
Did we lose our? I think Trevor's your butt died.
No.
What do you? No, I've been. You guys hear me? It's all good.
You're great. We're good.
Now it's in the other ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, one at a time is all we need.
I don't know how my life functions like on a day. This is like a normal occurrence. I'm a B type, you know what I mean?
Wow.
11th grade project on REM. That's cool.
Okay. These wooden ideas. Yes, that was the next one?
Yes. Yeah.
All
So
right.
I liked this one, but I did think it was a little bit more like generic sounding, for lack of a better term. Like I just kind of felt like it was just like it didn't have anything that really like stood out to me and really grabbed me. So I did give it a 6 out of 10. It was not the worst one on the list for me, but it was definitely kind of like the middle.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Hey, everyone, say hi to Tim. He's walking in. Hi, Tim. He's running really fast. Sorry.
Tell Tim I started playing Magic. He'd be so proud.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And Rich, if you're
I can't believe I don't know. Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, no,
I don't trust anything you say.
Question everything.
I promise.
You listen. I don't know anything about Magic. I think that Rich is maybe still here. Is there a way that like, can you guys like play online? Is that a thing that people do? Like online gaming?
Yeah.
You guys should like do like a, I don't know, league. A league? That's not right.
Yeah.
A coven?
That's what they call it. Magic the Gathering League. MTGL.
Okay, Lisa, you go, because
I just went.
Okay. So I'll take we're going in at least for me, it's a circle. I didn't have a lot to say about this one. I wrote that it had a catchy chorus, which I did enjoy, but there was maybe a little too much like keytar in the pre-chorus. It kind of annoyed me a little bit. Like every time the pre-chorus would hit, I'm like, oh, there goes the era again, and then it would taper off into the chorus. It was fine again, but what am I expecting? It's the era, but. It was fine. This one wasn't that great. Catchy chorus, it was fine. But I could have done less with the guitar.
Funny enough, a split cheese on this one. That's what we call it when we have differing opinions on a song.
It's your favorite song?
It was an 8 out of 10 for me, but because one of the lyrics was, it's a better way to feel. Don't be real. Be postmodern. And I was like, oh wait. So I started Googling like the band. I was like, why would they talk about postmodernism? And the song came out in like 2000, and a guy I had to read in grad school named Jean Baudrillard was like really in the zeitgeist because his book Simulacra and Simulation inspired the movie The Matrix.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that book being the inspiration for The Matrix. That's cool. Yeah.
And so I was wondering if they were like kind of on that whole vein, because there's like a whole bunch of connections in there to like even people like Grant Morrison and stuff. And like Gerard Way in interviews has talked about postmodern vertigo, which is referencing like the Alan Moore era of the Vertigo publishing house, where they were like dealing with all of these heavy ideas of like how the media changes our perceptions and stuff like this. And so I love the lyrics because I thought it was a really cool song that was talking about that idea. And just to get in professor mode for 1 second, the main idea of the book that I think is really helpful and interesting is that in life, like we go through life and we just experience it in our bodies. But sometimes when you have an idea of something, like if everyone closes their eyes right now and I ask you to imagine the world, like I'm like, what is the world? And like in an image, what would you imagine?
Nothing.
We've learned this. We've learned this. Lisa doesn't see anything. I see a general gray vagueness. Don't ask me to imagine an apple, okay?
Okay. So I imagine, like, those pictures of the Earth that they take from the space station,
Hmm.
Mhm.
like the big, you see the whole Earth. That's an example of like the image or the sign or the symbol of something now taking a precedence over our experience of it. So for a lot of people, their imagination is now defined by the media created about something rather than their day-to-day experience. And so this song, like the lyrics were talking about the unreality that we live in because of the postmodern condition that exists, that our lives are so media forward that we often experience things through symbols and images and diagrams of reality rather than just experiencing reality itself. And so like I was like, holy crap, like this is a really smart band. Like they're to write it into a song like that still is catchy. I was like blown away. um and like the one lyric I thought that summarized it, this wooden idea is how you sell reduction, right? The wooden ideas, right? The images that supplant our own personal experience of the world, that's how you reduce it. I was like, bam, what like lyrical brilliance, in my opinion. I really liked it. 8 out of 10.
Crazy. I
Yeah.
uh I must admit I listened to these songs while I was at work this week, and so I did not catch a lot of the lyrics. Because when I'm writing, I often can't hear words very well. So I didn't catch any of that, but that makes me excited to go back and like listen to the lyrics
Hmm.
specifically.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic writer. You the end at the beginning, you see the world as a disc held up by four elephants. That's pretty cool.
I saw
That's
that
pretty
on
awesome.
on top of a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I wasn't very super tuned in a lot of the lyrics either. There is one lyric that I noted later, a couple songs down. It was actually we'll get there when we get there, but it's in American English. It was my favorite lyric.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll kind of get there, but I really haven't. I really also wasn't super tuned in. I listened a bunch like when I was like in the car or driving. So most of my takes are structural or instrumental.
That's the
So,
best
but no,
part
I'm
though,
excited
right?
to kind of go.
We all hear different things.
Mhm.
We do. But yeah, so I could have done with less guitar. That's my take. But I really appreciate your perspective. You always
Yeah.
bring something interesting to the table, Trevor.
And that's a split cheese, folks.
That's the
And that's
and
the split
that's
cheese.
how the cheese crumbles. That's how the feta cheese crumbles.
And then that's how the brie molds, folks.
Okay. All right, Trevor. Then, do you want to take it from the next one?
Yes, and yeah, that's another excellent example,
Wait,
Pandal, of a.
there's a really good comment by Pandals that I am not going to try to read out loud because I don't want to try to pronounce it. But
Please,
um,
please allow me. I'm
yeah,
pretentious.
please, please. I'm
I was
sure you
thinking
know how
more
to
of
pronounce all of it.
Derrida during this song, which is
Baudrillard.
effectively a different flavor of Baudrillard. No, it's true. They both like Derrida examines texts for this same kind of phenomenon, and then Baudrillard examines like media and television. So yeah, they're very similar. Excellent point. A gold star for you, Pandal. Okay, the next song. When I argue, I see shapes.
Yes.
I gave this one a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite. I said nice punk rockish song about growing up and relationships. Very fun. I love their introspective commentary songs more, as you've just witnessed. I bumped it from a 6 to a 6.5 for the way the guy yells shapes after the bridge early during the right. He's like, when I argue, I see shapes, shapes. I was like, that's cool. All right. And extra half point. So this, not all my listening is super deep, you know?
Shannon, thoughts?
Um, for me, I didn't have a lot to say. This is not one of my favorites. The repetition in the lyrics and second half particularly really annoyed me. Um, I just, I don't know. I got it. When I argue, I see shapes. I got it the first time. That's a lyric that I definitely keyed in on. I didn't, it just kind of bugged me. And yeah, this sonically, lyrically wasn't really my cup of Scottish tea. So I
Hmm.
don't have a lot to say about this one. Lisa, did you love it? Is it your favorite
We're
song?
splitting the cheese again.
Oh,
Okay, so as we talked about, I came to my chem through more of like a pop punk background, and this to me has such like a classic pop punk sound. So it really stood out to me compared to like all the rest of it. Like this is very much like in my sound wheelhouse. I did note that it is not the most lyrically complex, and they did repeat the icy shapes a little too much towards the end. But in general, as the kids probably no longer say, it's a bop. Um, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It went onto my running playlist. I thought it was great.
Hell yeah. Our first
Hell yeah,
bop of the
brother.
night.
So
The first bop of the night is A Modern Way of Letting Go. I think we all like that one, right?
we did, yeah. I think we
Yeah.
all
That was my
agreed that one
favorite.
was really
Yeah. Well,
solid.
it was good. I wouldn't call it a bop. It didn't get a hell yeah, brother. Let's just say that.
I gave it I gave it a high rating. That was, like I said, I think that was just one that I picked up and I was able to just, it didn't need it didn't need anything for me. I just was
Mhm.
able to listen to it and enjoy it and immediately be like, yes, this hits. Like, I like
Awesome.
this one. So,
And that's how the string cheese pulls, fellas.
And that's how the baby bell opens.
I do love Baby Bell, I'll be honest. It's delicious.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how the
It's
cheddar
amazing.
slices.
I love cheddar. Um,
I love this.
okay, so
Oh.
next one, You Held the World. I thought this was fine, but not a standout, and I gave it 6 out of 10, and that's literally all I wrote. It just was kind of there for me.
I really like this one. The beginning feels like Surrender the Night.
Okay.
If you
I'll be
listen to
honest,
it
it's
again,
mid for me in terms of my chem.
see, Surrender the Night is like one of my favorite My Chem songs. Huge Dream song. And so when this hit hit in the list, I knew that it wasn't Surrender the Night, but I said this feels really familiar. Like these chord progressions, like this tempo. What is it that I'm expecting to hear? And then I sort of played the intro a few times. And I said, "Oh, I'm ready to hear Surrender the Night." So
Cool.
if anyone wants to pull that up eventually and think about it, like, see, maybe I'm super off base, but it gave me big Conventional Weapons vibes. So I really like this one. It might be my what?
I'm with you on that, Shannon.
Quoi?
We have
You're
another
with me.
spaghetti cheese. Again, I liked it though for the lyrics. I thought I said a good song mourning the realization that comes with age that the world is not what was promised to you as a young, impressionable young person. I said young too many times in that sentence. I
Okay,
said
we don't
variations.
judge you. We're not grading
Yeah.
you.
I
And if we're
said
grading on a curve, let's be honest, you'd get an A and I'd be an F. It's fine.
no, come on,
Stop showing
Alicia. Don't
off.
be so hard on yourself. But to me, it's these variations of a theme of like disenchantment and how to hold on to hope in a hopeless world. And so, like the lyrics, because you held the world in your arms tonight, and what if you held the world in your arms tonight? And a lot of the songs are about like the pain of getting older and these realizations of what the world really is, but still trying to find some hope there. And I loved the way they do that. Like that was the main theme I found across a lot of their lyrics is recognizing the world's kind of a tough place, but that there's reasons to be hopeful in small ways. And I love that. I absolutely love that. That's what reminded me so much of Frightened Rabbit. It's kind of like heavy, sad music with a certain worldview, but there's always a bit of hope.
Yeah, I think sounds like the kind of music we kind of need right now. So I definitely need to like go back and actually like absorb a little bit more. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, cause normally I really love lyrics, but I just could not focus on them this time. And I sort of ran out of time.
It
I'll be
happens.
honest, I did most of this today. So I've been
You were a
listening to
different
it all week,
person.
but I actually like thought about it today.
Yeah, you were a different person when you wrote that down,
I
right?
was.
Yeah.
I was. Okay. Stay Out of Place. Do you want to give your thoughts on that?
Do you want me to go first or yeah?
Yeah. We've been kind of doing
Um,
like a loop.
okay, I see. And then your next. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
catching on. I'm catching
Yeah.
on. I'm picking up what you're putting down. 8 out of 10
I'm,
for me.
I'm smelling what you're
Sad.
stepping in. It's my favorite one.
What is
Sorry,
it?
go ahead.
I'm smelling what you're
I'm
stepping in.
smelling what you're stepping in. That's an
You.
old American idiom from the ancient 200 years ago.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. I like in Canada we say I've noticed the glaze you've put on your donuts. It's
That's a
like the
good
same
one.
kind of thing. Yeah. Mine
That's the
ours
same
kind
thing.
of it rolls off the tongue a bit better, I find, the Canadian one.
Yeah, ours is about shit though.
Yeah,
So
ours is about Tim Hortons.
so I think we win.
In the H.
Fair enough.
Anyways.
And it can also be the other way. You can also say, "Do you smell what I'm stepping in?"
Oh,
So
interesting. Huh. I learn
there's a
something
lot of
new
nuance.
every
So
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
break that one down.
stay out of place.
Yes.
I love this one. 8 out of 10. I said I love depression rock so much. Um, the lyrics. It's important that we stayed out of place, but I'm glad that we stayed here for a while. That we live here for a while. We were here for a while, and it's like again this theme of like, and I think Scottish bands are really good about writing about dislocation from the Scottish perspective. You know, given politically how what I know about Scotland. And it's basically like that same sentiment, right? Of like, okay, this sucks, but I'm glad I'm here with you. And I love that. I love like laying in the gutter, but we're looking at the stars. Like that's kind of my favorite brand of depression rock. It gives me goosebumps, and I said honk dimples, if you will.
What was that? Did I hear that right?
I said it gives me goosebumps or honk dimples, if you will.
Is that a
Honk,
Canadian phrase?
honk
Honk
dimples?
Like
honk
like
dimples.
goosebumps?
Yeah. Honk
Goosebumps.
Oh,
honk
okay. But a
honk
dimple
dimples.
is the inverse of a bump.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not the
I'm
same
just gonna
thing.
throw that out there.
in Canada
You're
they
just holes all inside your body. Like your
it's
pores are
like
sucking inward.
yeah, like you know how the toilets turn
Like
the
a
other way in
golf ball.
Australia?
Like a golf ball. You're just like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it.
I see it.
We're
From here I do.
seeing the glaze on your donut or whatever
Yeah,
the
You're
yeah,
giving
phrase
yeah.
was.
you're
Right
giving
on.
all those people that are afraid of holes like
Oh,
something.
the tryptophobia or whatever it is, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an epidemic in Canada. Tryptophobia.
If I'm saying, listen, this for me was the most, that song for me that was the most like neither here nor there. Nothing really stuck out to me about this. I listened to it a few times and I couldn't pick out something that I really, really loved about it. So I didn't have a lot to say. I just thought it was a fine listen through. Also, I didn't kind of go into a lot of the lyricism either, so I don't have anything to comment about that. Um, but this is probably my last song that I'm like neither here nor there about. Everything kind of following here, I have a whole lot more thoughts, but
All right.
um, this one didn't stick out to me for a real specific reason. I'm curious, Lisa, where you fall on the seesaw.
Somewhere in the middle, I think. So I originally wrote down that it was just kind of like mellow. It was just kind of again there for me. I didn't hate it at first, and then I started listening to it a few more times right before this, and I noticed as I was listening, it started really growing on me. So I think if I listened to it just a few more times, like this could end up being like a much higher rated one. But I think it's one of those ones that is going to start low and not really catch my attention, and then I'm probably eventually going to love. Um, so I gave it I gave it a 7 out of 10, but I think it's got room to grow.
Oh, nice.
And that's kind of where I was on that one.
That's kind of like a cheese spread.
Hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
all we all
yes.
had to, yeah.
That's how the provolone squeezes, in fact. So,
Who's squeezing
so
provolone?
wait, mozzarella. That's how the mozzarella squeezes, right? When you're making lots of soft cheese, you just squeeze the way out. Do you know how cheese is made?
I
Cheese, you
mean,
heard of it?
I I've eaten quite a bit of it in my life. It is squeezy.
When you're forming mozzarella or any soft cheese, right? Like you put
I don't make
the
cheese. I
milk
grew
and
up
the
in the country, but
acid.
I'm not that country.
It separates. You skim off the cheesecloth. That's why it's called cheesecloth. The whey drips out. You're left with
Oh.
the cheese behind. That's how the provolone squeeze, baby.
Oh, I get it now. I understand.
I'll take your word for it. Um,
American English.
American English. I have an interesting one about this. Is that when I was listening to this, um, all I could hear in the choruses was, you know, Pitch Perfect.
I
Um,
love Pitch Perfect.
I do too. So you know how like they start mixing in like songs, and like one of the songs is Just the Way You Are. I think it is that Bruno Mars. I can never remember who sings it, but like
Yeah.
all I heard was like how this in the chorus of that like could mix in together. So the
Oh,
whole time
cool.
in my head, I was singing Just the Way You Are.
Just the way.
Yes. And it's
That's
like there was like
hilarious.
very specific things. And so I thought it was really interesting, but I couldn't judge it on its own because I only heard it in my head as this like pitch perfect mix.
That's
Um
awesome.
and so I liked it,
I got a
but
new
I
life.
really
You would hardly recognize me. I'm so fine. That's
so
great.
like
I can't
I
help
can't
myself.
judge it on its own, but I think it would go really, really, really well as a like in the next pitch perfect. And that is
That's great. I love that take. That's
that
the
was
most
my
unique
really
take we've had so
strange.
far.
I love that. And we can get that remix so you can glove to it, Shannon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, so American English. So it's funny because like it's a much chiller number.
Mhm.
It's a ballad, which I'm usually not drawn to. But I will say, I hadn't really honed in lyrically on a lot of these songs, but the lyrics of American English really stuck out to me. Um, like I have them pulled up, and I'm gonna just read a little like a segment that I thought I really thought was just like some beautiful lyrics. Even like the very beginning of the song. Songs when the truth are all dedicated to you in this invisible world I choose to live in. And if you believe that now I understand why words mean so much to you. Um, they'll never be about you. Maybe you're young without youth. I think you're young without youth. I think, and then hearing that phrase, like you're young without youth, was, they sang that. I mean, how many times through the? I mean, they repeated that stanza a few times, and then it goes on about the American dream, and I thought this was very interesting how there's, in these two songs alone, this sort of focus on the American dream. There's this American English, then Younger Than America. This sort of, if I had more time and knew more about the band, I'd be really interested to kind of even dive into that. Why there's this kind of focus on America specifically, considering this is a Scottish band. Um,
Hmm.
but I really kind of got myself like hooked around that phrase, and thinking of what that means, being young without youth, right? And who knows what they're exactly thinking, but even that, I had asked myself like, what do I think that means, right? That was a thought that had been, I mean, they explored that multiple times, right? But like, what does that mean? Like youth being like the concept of being young. You can be young in years and still not like have youth, right? You can have like youth being like life and vigor and having adventure and like a thirst for life, for exploring and doing and living and being, what's that one phrase? I might be a little off here, but it's like youth is wasted on the young. It's that kind
Yeah,
of like,
yeah.
what is it? It's almost like a reflection of that same thing, right? Like, being young but without having the youth that you might wish that you had looking back on time. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
My thoughts aren't super super clear. I haven't like written anything else specifically. I'm just sort of riffing a little bit, but that's sort of, I kind of got stuck on that phrase a lot this week. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
to be young without having youth?
Hmm.
And what it feels like to have your youth wasted on being young and having only, I don't know. So I'm not going to monopolize the rest of the time with this song, but this kind of just stuck in my head, and I thought about this a bunch during the week. So I don't have an answer or a grand thesis about what I think about it, but it was enough to kind of get my clock ticking a little bit. So
There's a really good comment. You guys want to read it while I go get a charger from my phone? I'll be right back.
Absolutely. American English made me think of Walt Whitman. I really like this one. Interesting. What reminded you of Walt Whitman? And then, do you want to read the next one, Shannon?
Yeah. Okay. I think that American English hit a similar emotional space in comparison to Biffy Clyro. I don't know that artist. Biffy Clyro's melodic songs, both sharing Scottish emotional intensity and focus on feeling and lyrical depth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know this artist, but it's
Hmm.
someone that I'll write down and look up. I'm always looking to
Oh, Biffy Clyro
expand.
did a cover
Oh, this is a
of
band.
modern.
Gotcha.
They did a cover of I think Modern Leper on the tribute album to Scott Hutchinson. They recreated a Frightened Rabbit album called Midnight Organ Fight, and Biffy Clyro is one of the features.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so cool
I
connection.
see that they're also Scottish, formed also in '95. I believe that I had them miss '95 Idlewild also. Yeah, same year. Interesting. I can see. Yeah, I absolutely can imagine that their influences probably are symbiotic in nature, being from the same place, same time.
Yeah, and I
They
think
probably went to the same.
they might all know
They
each
went to
other
the
through
same
like the
guest.
Scottish music scene.
Yeah, I had more to learn for sure about Scottish rock. Very cool.
Scottish rock. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with
I
you.
loved American English, and Shannon, I loved your take. The same lyrics stuck out to me. For the intro, I said ethically source the Smiths. It's like kind of
Nice.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like an acoustic kind of journeyman, and I said
ethically
very
sourced.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. I thought there's such an awesome range in this band. Like I think we've talked about that, how there's so much different musical range they explore in their different songs. Nice lead guitar hook, and then same lyrics I wrote. Maybe you're young without youth. Maybe you're old without knowing anything's true. Um, I love that. And then my interpretation was uh, this other line comes in, keep singing a song about myself, not some invisible world. And so to me, I was connecting everything through that one theme that I detected, right? It's like when we live in this invisible world of like wooden ideas, the how media shapes us and all that stuff, we stop living in our bodies, then we're young without youth, we grow old without knowing anything's true. Like it's this mourning of the way that media and the postmodern culture shapes our realities. And like I love this band so much because I feel like they poignantly talk about this reality that we've kind of all had to endure in the late 20th and 21st century. And so yeah, I think this was a really cool song about when ideas in the world feel either like cheap lies, like where do we find meaning? And then the answer that the song gave that I found was we find it in ourselves. Right, keep singing a song about myself, about the things I know, the life I've lived, not some invisible world, not this world of ideas. Like who am I in my body? Like where do I go? What do I do? Who do I love? All of those things. And kind of I love that poignant yearning lyrics about what it means to find a meaningful life in today's world and making art in a world dominated by uh like media that tries to sell us lies for convenient political reasons. Like I love bands that do that. Like they don't shy away from dealing with heavy stuff, but it's so poetic too. So you can just like listen to it and it's just beautifully written lyrics.
If you're not hearing Bruno Mars over it.
That's so cool. I'm gonna listen to it again though,
Like
right?
there's this like just
And
yeah,
the
in the
world's a
chorus,
lie.
it
And
just
it's
it just fits. Like I
amazing.
can hear it in my head. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's
I
no,
believe
it's
you.
great.
yeah. I think God, you guys are so smart.
Well, Lisa, you're the engineer among us, so
I'm not smart like this.
I think I'm
But that's
just
okay.
crazy.
We're getting everyone's a
No,
range,
Lisa,
diverse thoughts.
we hear different
Lisa,
things and
quick.
share.
What's 7 times 8?
I know.
It's.
No,
I was setting you up for a softball. Like I was like
I
in a.
know,
I was
but
just.
no, I can't. You can't quiz me on the fly like that because I'm gonna overthink it.
Yeah, I just short circuited too.
I just like I can't. Like, of course I know it, but I can't. No.
Oh,
Anyway,
the end of the
um,
beginning. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a good time.
um, yes. Okay. Uh, next song, "Younger Than America."
Ooh, yes.
The second American song right next to each other.
Yeah. Whose turn is it? Is it you?
Trevor's
I can go.
Okay,
I
you
think
go.
it's you, Shannon.
Yeah, it's
I'll
fine.
go. Okay. So this one kind of surprised me when it popped up because it felt distinctly different
Mm-hmm.
from everything else that I had come before it. And so I was curious when it came out and that track because this song was on a much, much later album than the rest of like their hits, like, the earlier stuff that they really had produced. I want to say, I mean, I could fact check myself, but I think this album was from like '08 or '09. And so it had that late 2000s, early 2010s feel, which that kind of it was that more of an indie sound was really pervasive
Mm.
in popular music. And so that it had more of like a fun indie feel to it. And I hope I wasn't mishearing, but I'm pretty sure I heard like distinctly female backing vocals in this song. And I didn't hear them at all in any of the other earlier songs. And maybe it wasn't a female vocalist, but I was pretty sure that was something I was hearing. And so it just sort of had this cool, younger sound to it that I really enjoyed because I like, the sound of the original kind of, the sounds from their earlier albums, the ones that were mostly on this list. But it was, even speaking to what you, I think both had said earlier, was that there was a lot of diversity in this band's sound.
Mm-hmm.
And you can really see, even just like, picking and choosing throughout, you can really hear like that they really tried some different things with their music. It's not the newest song on the list, but you can sort of see how it has they have this sort of musical trajectory. So it was kind of cool to like bridge the oldest and the newest stuff, something kind of right in the middle. But I really like this one. I thought it was cool and different.
That's awesome. I gave this one a 9 out of 10, which is my hell yeah brother of the night. So hang on, let's just see what I wrote here 1 second.
All right. Oh, we're switching. Oh no. This is the problem. I'm not wearing glasses. I'd be so much smarter if I was wearing glasses.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe I need to pull
That's
my
it.
glasses out.
Yeah, you only should learn a bunch of like $10 words, like me.
I probably pronounce them all wrong. That's the problem.
That's part of half the fun.
Okay, let's
Younger
hear
than
it.
America, 9 out of 10. I said nice blues jam, and I thought I really resonated with this one because, and I looked up the singer after this one. He has like a fascination with America and American music and American culture, and like I remember being a kid, and we went to like Washington D.C. and saw the Smithsonian, and there is something like really like bright lights about going to America as a kid, and like when you see it from like the outside of the country, it is this like there's like this attraction to American music and American culture, and then there's all this like tension with that as you grow up and you learn about like the realities of the world and politics and things like that. So I heard a lot of that relationship in these lyrics of like there's so many things about the United States that I love, and then there's so many things that hurt me at the same time. And like yeah, it was like a love song in a way about a complicated relationship, and I really liked that. There's like the lines that stuck out were I'm sick of blowing all this smoke out, trying hard to feel doubt. My book dropped to the ground at the part where the frontiers are all pulled down. And I just imagine like someone like learning about the history of America and this part where, they're all like, okay, we're going to manifest destiny to the West. And then they like throw the book down to the ground because they're like sick of the the narrative of American exceptions. Like, are you kidding me? Like that's not what really happened. But then you come back to it again because you're like, God, I love American rock music or whatever it is. So yeah, I thought it was really well done, discussing a complicated relationship to American culture.
That's really interesting, especially hearing about it. Obviously Shannon and I are both from the US. So it's kind of interesting hearing about it from like a Canadian or like OUS perspective. So
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah, that's cool.
that is interesting. I'm splitting the cheese again, you guys.
Splitting the cheese.
Splitting the cheese. I marked this as y'alternative, and
Oh.
it almost went country, which makes sense because country and blues are like related. And I put bleh, 4 out of 10. I won't listen to this one again. Did not like this one.
Oh my god!
So
That's so funny.
it just,
That's so funny.
I really like it. Just reminded me so much of like pop country from maybe like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like I just got that sort of vibe from it, and I couldn't continue on with it. Um, when it came on,
That's
I
okay.
wanted to skip it.
We
This
forgive
is,
you.
I got to be honest, this is some of Frank's songs, and we know Frank is like my favorite of the, you know, um their solo music, but some of his later music gets a little alternative, and those are always my least favorite.
Wow.
Um,
Huh.
so yeah, that's I
A
bleh,
deeply split cheese on
bleh
this.
was the final. Bleh
It's
was
like,
the final.
you know those videos where they split the giant Parmesan wheel with like the little wedges?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was this song for us.
That's
Was
how the
thank
Gouda
you. Val. I
dads.
appreciate you.
That wasn't good. That didn't need to be reinforced. But
That's
yeah,
how
I
the
love
that's
those
how the
videos, and they do the little wedge and they pop it, and it's just
yeah.
like so satisfying. Someone
That's
needs
how
to do
the
that to me. That's what I feel
you
like. Like
just you'd feel better, you think?
yeah, like
Knowing
mentally,
what
like
you're
somewhere
talking
like in
about.
the back, just like take go to those wedges and just like
Just I would like if I was fully
treat me like a wheel of
bisected,
cheese and just right down the middle.
yeah, split me down the middle. Yeah. And then but then, melt me onto
Lisa, are you
shreds.
okay?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So out of context, like this is such a weird conversation, but it shouldn't surprise me.
Metaphorically,
Yeah.
you don't identify with a wheel of cheese ever, Lisa?
I can't say that I do. I can't say that I do.
And that's how the
But they do say
pecorino
you are what you eat, and I
crumbles.
eat a lot of cheese, so you'd think I would.
Yeah, you think, well,
I'm like
maybe
90% cheese at this point and like
so,
10%
yeah.
pepperoni. So, anyways.
I'm just thinking of more cheese metaphors now. This is great. Like
Okay, but
I'm
first,
I'm 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 storyboarding something about charcuterie. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
workshop that a
yeah.
little bit. I'll come back
all
to
right.
that one in a little bit.
But we're moving on from America and going back to Scotland.
Back to Scotland.
Oh, Scotland.
I will
Sorry,
not
Back to
sorry.
insult.
Scotland.
I will not insult. I will not insult the Scots by trying to say anything in a Scottish accent. But yes, we are
Just
talking
think,
about Scottish fiction.
you know what really
Yes.
helps if you just pretend that you're not like trying to do a Scottish accent, but you're just trying to do Shrek. It'll lead you home. Okay, we can
No,
all do Shrek.
no. One of us is the actor, and it is not me. So Scottish fiction.
Scottish
Um,
fiction.
Here's a
yes.
sneak peek at the wall. I'm not gonna let you guys see the rest of it. On the spot.
Um, okay, I wrote.
Oh
So
no.
I love a good acoustic guitar. Um, and so I loved the opening of this one. Um, I think from the beginning it kind of grabbed me. It left off a little bit in the middle for me. Um, but overall I thought it was pretty good. It was chill. And I gave it a seven out of 10. I'd listen again. That's I have no deep thoughts on it. I just like acoustic guitar.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I really liked. I wrote that the music felt very driving. It felt like, I mean, it just sort of built throughout the beat throughout the song. I really liked the repeated guitar lick
Mm-hmm.
throughout. Um, and so I also, yeah, I like the building through the entire song, and then that we have a nice little piano moment at the end, which we didn't really. I mean, I'm sure there's piano in other songs, but they never really felt like they had a moment. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a fun little surprise at the end. So brought in a new instrument has entered the villa. Is that culturally a
Ooh.
thing people say anymore? I don't know,
Oh
but
yeah. That's a very common saying. Nobody look it up.
actually, don't look it up. I invented that. Actually, I just took it.
Yeah.
Just if
Just came up.
if you're here
Copyright
tonight,
Shannon.
This is the first time. It's going to take the nation by
It's
storm.
it's gonna go off actually. So, but yeah, I thought it was. I thought this is. I thought this is fine. It was good. Not my favorites, but it was. I like the musical motifs
Hmm. Yeah, the music
that
was
we
really good.
experienced. So,
This was my all-time favorite song. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow. Wait, wait,
wow.
wait. Hell yeah, brother. Got to put
Oh,
on the.
that's absolutely
There you
Yeah.
hell yeah,
go.
brother. All right, now
How many wheels of cheese did you give
let's
this
see
one?
what we wrote down here.
Oh shit.
9.5 out of 10 wheels of cheese.
Nine and a half wheels of
Total.
cheese. And then the half of the split wheel of cheese on TikTok.
Yes, exactly. Actually, there's a Quebecois guy called the Cheese Man, and he
Yeah,
gets
hell
like
yeah.
yeah, he gets like a big wheel of cheese. He's super ripped, and he has this like sweet mustache, and he never says anything, but he just like has his face on, and he like takes a little slice of cheese and eats it, and he goes, and that's his whole vibe. He's incredible.
I need to get paid for
Is that
eating
on
cheese
like
and going, hmm.
so
Yeah.
is this an internet personality or just some guy you know down the street? Like
No, it's the Cheese Man. He's on
you guys
TikTok.
okay.
He did a My Chemical Romance cheese eating video once. I'll send it to you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
have a
So
request for
he's
you
so
to
you
move towards
so
your camera.
this isn't just like the neighborhood weird guy that we all know. This is an internet personality.
Oh no, like in Quebec,
The
he's actually
cheese
quite
man.
normal. He's
That's
very
that's the most normal Quebec citizen
yeah. They're I love
on that
Quebec.
side.
Okay, but I
You
loved it. Okay,
would.
Trevor,
the lyric.
Trevor,
What?
move towards your camera. We have a request. I think we
Yes.
can't see you over the text of the comments.
Oh, okay.
I think they also when you put the glasses back on.
Is this better?
I think
Okay,
so.
stop.
Am I
I think we need
stealing
to
from
boot
Paul?
Trevor. Let's vote him off the island.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
What? You're gonna vote me off the island? No, this was my first time.
That's
We
a
made
phrase
so
I also invented just now. Was that funny? Like, was that a good one? I just made just made that up,
I like that.
right?
No one's ever said that before. I've never heard that.
Oh, couldn't hear
No,
you
I've
very
never
well,
heard.
apparently.
I've never heard
Okay.
it. So
I
Wow.
can hear
What
you
about
okay.
something like what about let me just think off the top of my head, what about something like you are the
off
weakest
the
link.
dome.
Goodbye. Has anyone ever said that? That sounds
I've
pretty
never
good.
heard of that.
That's
That's
pretty
funny.
cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's gonna pick up.
Certainly not on TV.
We can
That's gonna
try
pick
that.
up.
Okay, but the lyrics here. In the beginning there were answers, then they came along and changed. All these questions and their answers seemed to change. Like this song was the best song I felt for this theme that I detected across their work about disenchantment and alienation, and that the antidote to that is like returning to ourselves and like literally focusing on what we see and hear in our bodies, and that the connections we make in the world or the love that we make, or that's where we can derive a sense of truth and purpose and meaning, kind of like they're acknowledging these kind of postmodern ideas about the conditions of society, but then offering us a hopeful way out, which I'm like, I love that so much. Right, there's no need to bury the head in the sand. There's hope anywhere. Like it reminds me of one of the Frightened Rabbit lyrics I love so much. Is like there's there's love, it's misery loves you. There's hope. There's a tunnel to crawl through, and it's like it's just that perfect blend of like happy and sad together. I said, God, this is my absolute jam. Idlewild covered a song by called "Heads Roll Off" as a tribute to Frightened Rabbit singer Scott Hudson, who passed. And I totally get it. They have so much in common sonically. Plucky acoustic ballads that somehow you can sway to. I think you can shake ass to this song uh, in a sad way. Incredible build and breaks.
Just like crying while
Yeah,
mid twerk.
just absolutely.
There's that one
Yeah.
like TikTok like meme where the girl's like crying and she's like doing the TikTok dances.
Yeah.
When you said that, that's immediately what I thought of.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it. And then my favorite part was the spoken word part at the end. I looked it up. It's by a Scottish poet named Edwin Morgan,
Oh,
and I would like to read the poem if you guys are okay with that
go for it.
Let's
from
do
the
it.
song.
Let's rock and roll.
It says, "It isn't in the mirror. It isn't on the page. It's a red-hearted vibration pushing through the walls of dark imagination, finding no equation. There's a red road rage, but it's not road rage. It's asylum seekers engulfed by a grudge. Scottish friction, Scottish fiction. It isn't in the castle, it isn't in the mist. It's a calling of the waters as they break to show the new black death with reactors aglow. You think your security can keep you in purity. You will not shake us off above or below. I love that. I love that. It's like defiant and hopeful, but again, with that theme acknowledging the world as it is and still having the courage to say, like, no, there's still hope. Like, there's still things we can do. There's still meaning in life, regardless of how perilous the world seems. And I eat that shit up. Mm. Nom, 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 nom.
While crying and shaking your ass.
Yeah. I threw my back out last week, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was smart of you to look that up, because I also see I have a lot less intellectual curiosity. I just went, oh, that's probably from something, isn't it? And then I just moved on to the next.
I heard spoken
And
word,
I moved on
and
to
then
the
I was
next.
like, that
And I
sounds
said,
neat.
oh, okay. Not a single curious bone in my body. I was like, okay, that's probably something, isn't it? But I just was,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you felt compelled to look it up and share it, because that was probably what we all should have probably done.
Well, no, I mean,
Look, I didn't
to
even
each
hear
their
any
own.
of the words. So I'm like, there's sounds. It's the sound of a man talking. Were there words? Probably. But I just heard it as like a hum. Just like,
Yeah.
Just a little hum.
oh,
Oh,
apparently it was
apparently
written for the song. That's rad.
that's
Here, I thought it was just one of
Oh,
those. Oh, they said the name of the song in the.
I thought it was like a hang 'em high situation where they like sampled, I don't know, like
yeah.
another person to
That's
come
rad.
in or do a, but like that's really cool. Cool. Thanks for that information.
All right, final song. Like I
You're up.
had before. I shortened also the names of the songs when I wrote, so these might not be the full names of the songs when I'm saying them.
You're correct. Like I had before is the full song. You're
Okay,
good. The
great.
full.
Thoughts?
So I thought it was interesting so this is one of their newest songs.
Mm-hmm.
This is off of their 2025 album.
Yeah, I picked it
So
because of that.
Oh.
yeah, so which is really cool. So and once again, I don't know a lot about Idlewild, but I'm always very interested in and just sort of determining when a band's been around for so long, what else do we have to say? This band, I think it was 95, so that was 30 years ago. Is that right? Is 1995 30 years ago,
In
guys?
my head, it's 10, but sure.
But a band that has been around for 30 years, what is it that you have to say now, right? I believe that there was actually, I should probably have looked it up, like what the gap was from their most recent album to this one. But just, without doing a lot more investigation, just kind of pulling out phrases that I noticed in this one. At least this one, there's a lot about the future and looking forward, right? So the opening lines are sadness lives within your vision. The future lies in your decisions. In many ways, just like I have before, yet it's a part of the life that we've been given, a brave new world, a brand new vision. You might need it, but I don't believe it more. And so there's kind of a lot about that, right? So I'm always curious about what is driving a band who's been around for this long to continue to write. And there's lyrics on here about hopelessness and optimism, and once again, the future. The future lies behind that closing door and dreams you've had before.
Yeah.
If you could live out your life again, reintroduce to all your friends, life is lived in dreams I've dreamed before. And so yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm always kind of curious about how we're writing lyrics and what we have to say after still having. It sounds like after 30 years, have you said it all? And that's never truly the case. But I kind of like how, especially this kind of maybe unintentionally was like our last song on our playlist. being so, optimistic maybe?
Mm,
Optimistic, it's about the future, it's about looking ahead and looking forward and what else is to come, and that kind of being a fun way to kind of end our song. And I love the little guitar solo moment at the end. There wasn't a lot of that
yeah.
in the rest of these songs, and so I immediately kind of perked up to hear the little rip and solo at the very end of the song to sort of close out our playlist. So it wasn't one of my favorites. It wasn't, but I did like it. And also noted just like in what was the other song? Just like in Younger Than America, it just felt different because it was newer. So
Hmm.
that's just been my open-ended thoughts about this one.
I love that. I like this song. I give it an 8 out of 10, and I said, "Happy music with sad lyrics. Name a more iconic duo." That was
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
how I felt. But I same lyrics I got to Misha, and the future lies behind that closing door and dreams you've had before. And again, like that was the whole theme that stuck out to me across the songs was sad world, hopeful mindset, and I said, just such beautiful language variations on that theme, mourning the world that could have been while paying tribute to the virtue of keeping hope and working for something better. And I think that's like such a powerful takeaway from a band of like when it helps you formulate a perspective about the world that can keep you going and keep you being good to the people you care about and being grateful for like the little moments that you have day to day. Like what else do we want out of music? Like that's really wonderful in my mind, in my opinion. So loved it, absolutely loved it.
I don't have a strong opinion about this one. It was very middle of the road for me. I find with music, when I listen to music, there are always going to be songs that just kind of like slide through my brain. And then there's other ones that kind of catch as they go through. This one just
Mm.
kind of slid
Mm-hmm.
through.
Mm.
And so I think it was, again, okay, but I'd put it kind of on the average. Um, Nothing caught, so it was 6 out of 10. But again, it might be one of those ones that if I listened to it more, it was at the very end of the playlist. So every time I got interrupted, I think this was the one I listened to the least. Because
Uh-huh.
I'd get interrupted and then I'd start the playlist over, And so
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I just didn't hear it all that many times, but I thought it was fine. Again, I didn't really
Well,
have I don't have any smart things to say, but that's probably okay because we are getting pretty late. So I'll keep that short.
And the
keep
funny
them
thing
Before
is,
short,
I
we,
don't
please.
think the funny thing is, I don't even think there's a way that we really troubleshot what happened because we just tried a combination of videos and people until it worked. So
yeah,
who knows what next week is going to be like? Because we didn't figure it out. Oh, we know what happened. No.
I do wonder if it's something to do with like location or IP or something with Trevor.
Maybe. I
So
think we'll try it this way because I think with the earbuds and this phone, it seemed to be good, and we can do a little test too before next week to make sure. But
yeah, we can try, we can try this,
We
yeah,
or
might
good
have
yeah,
job,
to.
we'll figure
good
out
job
something.
on powering through everybody and making it and staying up past. Do you guys know about Canadian bedtime?
A
You guys
Canadian
ever
Is
heard of
that
bedtime?
when the
Canadian
last
bedtime?
is that when the last moose calls over the hill?
No, it's so like all Canadians just sleep in one big bed, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and
Yeah.
so they're just like one bedtime. It's called Canadian bedtime. So people kind of get like annoyed if you stay up late because you're disturbing the bed that everyone in Canada sleeps in. So it's a big
Yeah.
deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And at what point does
wait,
the moose make its last moo its last moo?
Yeah, it's
yes.
like 11 o'clock p.m. That's when the
Before
moose
we
calls.
Okay.
before we log off though, we have to real quick, just quick round. Who in the band do you think chose this? If anyone chose it,
Oh,
I think.
Oh wait, did we wanted to? But last time we said we wanted to have people guess, or we just don't
Oh,
care.
um, put it in the chat who you think chose this, but I think we just keep going. So I think it sounds very Gerard to me.
This is
Um,
very Gerard.
I think this is
I
very
agree.
Gerard. I actually am curious to see if anyone thought anything different.
I agree. I think it's a Gerard pick, and that's a an unbroken wheel. That's what we call it when we all agree completely.
Yeah. Oh, Alani's saying Mikey, which again I think
Oh,
is similar to last week. The Way brothers do sort of have a
Yeah, I think
similar
it could be.
taste, similar sound. Um,
Yeah,
So yeah,
They
I could
both,
see Mikey and also being on this. I could
yeah.
see one of them suggesting that, and the other being like, "Yeah."
Oh
But
yeah, them. Yeah, I love
yeah,
them. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I love
agree.
them. Great choice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, I'm looking ahead at the. So
yeah. Who's next week?
is it Skunk? And I probably pronounce it
Anansi?
Anansi.
Anansi?
Anansi. I'm excited because I don't know this band, but I'm seeing that comparable artists are Bjork, the Eurythmics, and George Michael.
Whoa.
So I'm
Oh, this is
really,
going to be interesting for me.
I'm really excited, and it looks like we are fronted by a person of color, which we have not
Oh,
had.
nice. Excellent.
So, and also, yeah, and Giuseppe Verdi.
Joseph Green?
Nope. The
Isn't that Giuseppe Verde? That's
like
translation for it, right?
like the composer, right?
Oh, I don't know. You're acting like I know things.
Verdi was born in 1813.
Mikey isn't mic'd up, so no one hears his suggestions. You're so right, Alani.
And so, listen, that's the case. Mikey says it, but then Gerard says it louder, and everyone agrees with Gerard.
Yeah.
And Mikey's like, oh, okay.
Also, I really want Mikey to get a mic because he's singing his little heart out these days.
Oh.
He doesn't want anyone to hear
He must be
him.
tone deaf. But like
He doesn't want anyone to hear him. He's gonna sing as a fan up here.
I want to hear him.
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we had 20 years for that to happen. He's like, no thanks. He's like, I'll give you fucking ready, and that's it.
But he's now close enough that you can actually hear him most of the time. I really hope we get Vampire Money on the next leg of the tour. Just throwing that out there.
That'd be cool.
Listen,
they played it at Boston, the one show I wasn't at.
Listen, I have a video of the opening of that song because it was me and Tim, and
I just screaming.
I kind of like white out, and it's just a bunch of screeching, and I feel bad. I feel like I grabbed Tim's arm, and I just like, and the people around
you do that. It is my favorite, as we talked about last week. It is my
favorite thing. And I just
you do grab and shake
and
you screech, and it's so much fun.
And I was like, because I was like, it has to happen, and then like, I could do that again. That was fun. That was a fun time.
It's okay.
Still haven't gotten Demolition Lovers, but
look,
they get Vampire Money.
They gotta. I'm going to every show. They gotta play it. They gotta play it once for me. I
don't know.
For there's children's college at this point. Like, please, throw me a bone, Frank. Like,
I know it's just so confusing because like, they played it like they played it pretty regularly on Swarm. So I was just the fact that they haven't all played it since then.
They played
it. I thought
twice.
it was more than twice.
Twice. They played it in New Jersey and LA5.
Yeah.
No, LA1. Sorry, LA1.
But like, it just feels like it's just such a strange decision to not. Maybe because it's so long, but like, but then they added after 2 minutes at the end of Famous Last Word or Kids from Yesterday, with no qualms. So anyway, it is officially on my end of the globe, 11 o'clock. Me and Trevor, it's 11 o'clock.
It's almost Canadian bedtime.
I haven't eaten dinner yet because it's 8 o'clock for me, and I am starving. God. So
the Meese will moo their last moo. You better get in. You better hop on in that bed.
That's it. Before we go, thanks so much for the patience with all the technical difficulties, and thanks for having me. Like, this was so fun. I'm really excited for next week. This was great.
Me too.
When you guys did this for the first leg of the tour, it was like so fun. So I feel like I'm one of the girls now. You
are one of the girls.
Yes. We still haven't figured out which Skylar sister we all are, but that's okay. Actually, after this one, I gotta be honest. After this live, I'm definitely Peggy. Like, I'm totally the Aunt Peggy of this
Everybody wants to be Peggy. We have to fight over who gets to be Peggy. Peggy!
Yeah, Peggy has the least responsibility. Peggy sounds fun.
Peggy gets Aunt Peggy. She's the bomb. She's the bomb.com.
All right.
Alani,
Well,
it's only 5 p.m. there. That's so crazy. I mean, I
Uh,
know that, like up here, but it doesn't feel right.
it's not in
It's
here. We
still
don't feel it.
daylight for you.
all right, Shannon, can you
Thanks
give us like
for,
a
Yeah, yeah.
cool
Give
little
us
oh
a
yeah.
outro?
gloving out. That's
Whoa.
all right. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Good night.
All right, goodbye, bye, bye, bye.